and they are having their annual quartz and granite sale down in Massillon. We're going to be talking to him in a few minutes, but right now we're going to talk about something that I find absolutely fascinating, a boat race in cardboard boats out on Portage Lakes at the state park. This is the second one. This is the 2016 event, second annual cardboard boat race, and I'm just so interested in how they keep the cardboard together, the water out. They're doing it for a good cause, and these folks are from they are the main sponsor, Two Men in a Truck, and it's Jessica Chapman and Joe Malacky. They're both marketing specialists with the company. So tell us a little bit about the boat race and how you guys got into it.
Yeah, so we're really excited about our cardboard boat race coming up. It's actually tomorrow, so the day before the race, so hopefully most of the boats are done. But we got involved with this about 2 years ago. We did it on a smaller scale, and we had a great time. We had a great turnout. We had boats come around Portage Lakes. They were really interested to see these giant boats made out of cardboard racing. So we decided to try it again, but this time it's on a bigger scale, and we wanted to bring in one-of-a-kind pet rescue because we do a program in the fall called Movers for Mutts. So Movers for Mutts is just a way for us to collect donations for one-of-a-kind pet rescue, and they're going to come out and have a pet adoption out there, and we're inviting everyone to bring their pets out for the cardboard boat race, and it should just be a really fun time. One of our core values is be your best and have fun, and I think that sums up really well the cardboard boat race. So everyone, hopefully they build their best boat that they can, and then they just have fun with it.
Well, I really enjoy this cardboard thing because when my wife throws me out of the house, I go to the appliance store and pick up a refrigerator box, and I go up there to the overpass near 271, and there's a little spot that they save for me, the homeless guys, and I just move in there until she calls me up and says it's okay to come back. And now they're actually making boats out of cardboard. First it was housing, and now it's boats. This is an amazing thing. And how do they keep the water out of them?
Yeah, so basically most of the boats will probably be lined with duct tape. And it's helpful to have multiple pieces of really thick, sturdy cardboard, duct tape, and it's always helpful to, on the outside and inside, use different paints and layer them. But
so you paint between the plies of cardboard.
You can paint after you create the boat or before you create the boat, the pieces. It's really up to the builder.
I wonder if do any of these people actually make a prototype and take it out to the lake and give it a shot, or take it down the Ohio Canal? And
I would be surprised if they did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's really not that much time. I mean, and it's better to see. That's the whole fun aspect of it, is if they just jump right in and sink straight to the bottom, or they actually sail. So
some of them sink right away.
Oh yeah. I
Oh.
wouldn't be surprised.
And some of them do really well, though,
yeah,
too.
you never know.
I just wonder, because you'd think you'd have to put a keel in or something to keep them from collapsing. And as a kid, we used to, when there was an appliance store in our neighborhood over in Kenmore, and when we could get a box, man, we had a good time with it. But there was a building strategy anytime you fussed around with cardboard. But anyway, so now you guys are putting this on, and whatever money you raise goes to one-of-a-kind pets, right? So Janice, what do you guys do? Tell us. Nobody knows anything about one-of-a-kind pets, so you're starting at ground zero. I'm just kidding. Everybody knows about one-of-a-kind pets. We've had a very big proponent of you guys, and that was Don Drum was on the show one day, and just mentioned that he had a lot of Christmas ornaments, and we sold out in about a half hour. So,
Yep.
So you guys are well known, and he's adopted pets from you guys.
Yes, he certainly has. We are the largest no-kill animal shelter in Summit County. We have been in business since 2005, and we have been adopting out animals like crazy. We placed about 2,200 animals last year in 2015.
That's a slew of cats and dogs.
It sure is.
I mean, just the logistics of it. So
Absolutely.
how do you feed all of them and intake them and get them out and treat them all and do whatever you do with them?
Well, it takes a lot of people to do that. We have an amazing staff that keeps track of everybody, but we also have a very large and active volunteer program, which we're very grateful for. Our volunteers come in all shapes and sizes. You can come as young as 1 or 2 years old if mom and dad will come with you. So we have a lot of college students. We have a lot of businesses that come in and do volunteer work. So the volunteers really help energize us and really help, fill in and keep us going with all the animals that we have to manage on a daily basis.
And you guys mostly take in cats and dogs.
That's all we take in. We don't
That's
do any
all.
other
There's
animals.
no pigs, no nothing else.
No
Just-
turtles,
No
no.
turtles, just cats and dogs.
Yep.
And any size, any age?
Yes, absolutely. We get majority of our animals from local area animal control facilities, otherwise known as the pound, because our mission is to save the lives of animals in imminent danger of euthanasia. So that is where we're really focusing on saving those animals and bringing them in. At any given time, we have about 200 cats in our facility, and we're caring for anywhere between 50 and 70 dogs.
That's a ton of pets. I knew some folks that one of the couple died kind of back to back, and they had a dog, and gosh, they had a hard time. What are they going to do with the dog? You guys take those kind of dogs in, or not?
We get those kind of calls every day from people. There's lots of issues. People that have had car accidents or big health issues, strokes, things like that, or deaths in the family. There's lots of different reasons why people can no longer care for their pets, and we do get those calls. And we try to help them as much as possible. But, like I said, our mission is to focus on animals in shelters where euthanasia, occurs. So that's really our focus. But we do to try to help other people as well when we can.
And one of the other things you do is that was a TNR, trap, neuter, and release. And we have a trap, neuter, and release expert coming on our show in about 3 weeks, Toby Franks, and he's affiliated with you guys, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Toby's been a great friend to our rescue for many, many years. He's an amazing TNR expert, so he's going to give you guys all sorts of wonderful tips. He does seminars at One of a Kind about once a quarter, so you can come in and sit down and talk to Toby and get some inside information on how to do it. But through our spay and neuter clinic, we do a lot of spaying and neutering of these outdoor cats, the feral cats.
Right.
It's the only way to really control the homeless pet population, so it's an important thing.
As a kid, when I was about 13, we got a job to clean out a garage in the neighborhood, and there was a feral cat, and I learned early in my life that you just don't go over and pick up a feral cat if it's not paying attention, because the minute you do pick it up, it's paying attention, and the one thing it wants to do is get away from you.
Yep.
And look out. I had more cat bites and scratches than I soaked in Epsom salt for a week. And so now when I catch a feral cat, I have a long-term catching program, which I don't think Toby has the time to do it. I sit out in the backyard with a can of cat food, and over 4 or 5 weeks, the cat gets to be my best buddy, and then I can snatch it up and take it to someplace to have
Yep.
it taken care of, hopefully neutered. We get them neutered
Yes.
and take care of it and turn them loose because they grew up in that neighborhood, so they're okay.
No, absolutely. That's the environment that they're used to. So that is, the best thing to do is to return them back to the community where they first came from. Absolutely.
In fact, I have a feral cat living in our house it was born, I think, in 98. And it disappeared. It was gone for 2 years. We thought it died or got run over, and then all of a sudden it appeared back in the neighborhood. But we'd had it trapped, neutered, and released, and this was one of those crazy ones. Nobody wanted to touch it. And so in the worst parts of the winter, we would open the back door and let our big, massive German Shepherd Husky lab out. And as the dog was walking out, the cat would walk underneath the dog and down into the cellar and hide out all night. And then when the morning came, we'd reverse the process. We'd open the door, the dog would walk out again, and the cat would go out underneath the dog's leg and run off. And the poor dog was so upset because it wasn't paying attention. It never thought that we had a couple of regular cats in the house. That cat eventually ended up sleeping in a car and getting its tail mangled, so we had to take it in and had the tail amputated. And then it decided that it was living outdoors, and this raccoon had moved into its spot. The raccoon won, the cat lost, and it was back. So now it's got one eye, no tail, and is living happily in my basement with no dog. That outlasted the dog. It outlasted half a dozen other cats we had. So, they're out there. There's hundreds of them out there. It's
Yes,
such a
there is.
project.
Absolutely.
So anyway, now we know what you guys do. Let's go back to Two Men in a Truck for a second. And we know that you're sponsoring the boat race, but I like that name, Two Men in a Truck. It sounds very down home that there's two guys going to come out and move stuff. So you guys, big moves, little moves, any moves?
Yep, any moves really. So the company was actually started by two brothers and their
Literally.
pickup truck, just like the name says, and now it's really expanded and taken off. We can move you as far as you need to go or as local as you need to go, including moving items in your own home.
So, in other words, if you have something in, like you're getting a new refrigerator, the old one isn't that old, and you'd like to keep it in the basement to keep extra food in, call you guys, and you'll come out and move it down into the cellar.
Yes, that's correct. We can move safes, pianos, anything around your house. If you're getting new carpet, we can move your furniture into another room, get the new carpet put in, and then we can move the furniture back.
So if you have like a hide-a-bed or something, those things that weigh 4,000 pounds and 6 people can't lift them, you have 2 strong guys that can do it.
Correct.
And so anyway, so no job too large or too small. And the first time I became aware of you was a friend of mine, a professional guy, he was a dentist, and he had a desk that he wanted to get rid of, and he was nice enough to sell it to me at a very, very reduced price. And then how do we get it over here? And we were both getting older, and it's like one of those things that when you're under 25 or under 35, you still load something in a pickup truck and take a chance moving it. But I learned my lesson one time when the refrigerator fell out of the back of the pickup. So now it's better to hire a professional.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
and so the desk arrived, and it was painless, and it wasn't very expensive. And you guys are part of a national organization too.
Yes, correct. We're a franchise on East Market Street, so there's over 320 locations in the United States.
So in other words, if you wanted to have something move, say from Akron to Yuma, Arizona, you guys could probably do it if there was a branch in Yuma.
Not a problem.
Yeah, we can do it. We can take moves anywhere you need to go.
And so now do you have to call in and get an estimate, or you guys could do it over the phone? How do you do it?
We do over-the-phone estimates, and we also can come out to your home and do an in-home estimate, and both estimates are free of charge.
Okay. And I always like to ask this question. What was the craziest thing you were ever asked to move? Now she's thinking now.
We've gotten asked to move all different kinds of things. I would say some of the more fun things we get to do are different event moves, but we can get anything from large bear statues. I mean, anything you can imagine someone's home, we've moved it.
Really? So the bear's the worst, or the oddest? We keep track of this, and then the year we give a prize to the
yeah,
company that
I know. That's what we should do. We should
has
keep
the
track
wackiest,
of it.
the wackiest stories.
I'm sure some people don't want us telling.
Yeah, we can't say
everyone
all
what
the
they're-
stories.
Well, you
over
can't.
here.
Well, no, I don't expect you to say Joe Blow or Andy January had us move this, that, or the other thing. A color machine from one floor to the other, which isn't that big of a deal. But and we've actually hired. I didn't hire you guys, but there was a mover in the neighborhood, and we have a second floor, and this color thing was weighed a ton, but it was like just impossible to. My brother and I, when we were younger, we moved in on ourselves. Now that we're older, we couldn't move it, so we got some professionals, and these guys made it look like it was weighed 5 pounds. It's just amazing because they're strong fellas and women probably, and you guys have a facility for doing that kind of stuff. You know what to do next.
Yeah, all of our movers are trained professionals. They're not contract workers, and they have a lot of experience. A lot of our guys have worked with us for 8, 9, 10 years. So we have been there for 20 years now, and they really know what they're doing.
Over there on West Market, kind of near East High School.
On East Market Street.
I mean East Market.
Yeah.
I said West. East Market, but kind of over in that general
close
vicinity.
to Goodyear.
Goodyear, past Goodyear.
Yeah,
if you're
just
heading
past
out, if you're heading east, but not. It's before Britton Road.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Well, we're going to take a break. This is My Beautiful Home. Stay with Oktoberfest, and great thing is going to be next week. But this week, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, is the second annual, not quite annual, they skipped a year because there was a cardboard shortage in some parts of the country, and they're having the cardboard boat race out at State Park on Manchester Road. We're going to talk to them here in a second. And in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with Peter Martin. He's the sales director for Tower Industries, and they're having their annual quartz and granite clearance sale. But I just wanted to announce that we had a winner of the 2 tickets, Annette from Akron. Annette, thanks for listening to the show, and we'll be getting those tickets out to you. So right now, we're going to be talking with Jessica Chapman and Joe Malachy. I don't know what happened to me. My voice choked up. They are marketing specialists with 2 men in a truck, and also Janice Worley, and she is the manager of advancement and volunteer programs at One of a Kind Pet, and that's who the program, the actual boat race, is It's being sponsored by Two Men in a Truck, and it's benefiting One of a Kind Pet. So anyhow, tell us a little bit about the boats.
Yeah.
I mean, are they like a yacht, or are they like a cardboard box that you'd get birdseed in or something?
It's going to be like a mini yacht. I think you're going to see all kinds of different boats out there. So this is not just some people who are getting together and they're getting a cereal box or some little piece of cardboard and trying to see if they're floating. These are big pieces of cardboard. We have 10 business sponsors, and the rules of the race are you have to have at least 2 people in your boat and up to 6. So these are going to hold, some of them will hold 6 people.
Well, if the 6, those would be like a yacht.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty big size boats. So we have mini pontoons that styles. We have some boats that look like we have the One of a Kind pet rescue boat. That's a dog. All the boats are themed and they're pretty large. They're going to be anywhere from probably about 4 feet to up to 10 feet.
Wow, that 10-foot boat would probably be interesting because, you know, when they build a ship for the Navy, they have naval architects actually design them because there's a lot more to that than welding some sheet metal together.
Now, when you say there's anywhere from 2 to 6, what's the incentive to have a 6-person crew versus a 2-person crew? I would ultimately want to have 2 people in a cardboard
Because it's
boat.
lighter, right.
It's lighter rather than a 6-person crew.
So if it's built well, it should hold 6 people pretty reasonably. And the more people you have on the boat, the faster you're going to go with if you have like really
Faster
strong
you can row.
crew
That's the
members.
idea.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that
So-
Yeah, but
makes sense.
But you know, when you took
Depends.
in physics class, there was the weight was a thing of a part of a component of figuring momentum or impulse. So you have a little more weight, you're going to have some muscular folks in there to make up for all the meat that's in the cardboard.
Yeah, there's a lot of planning that goes, a little
Yeah.
bit of strategy on this race.
And so they fire a gun and the boats take off.
Yeah, so we have someone from WNE who's going to announce when the race starts, and they'll all start out of the water. They'll start on the beach, and they'll go out to a buoy. They have to touch the buoy, and then the first one back to the beach is the speedboat winner. And the speedboat winner will be a business, and they will have One of a Kind Pet Rescue will bring out their puppies for a puppy playdate visit as their award. So there's a big incentive to winning this race.
I see. So
I want puppies to visit the radio station.
yeah,
I don't know if we have I don't think we have a boat in the race. I think we're just there
well,
to
next
announce
year.
it. Yes, I think
next year you
Yep,
better
next
be
year.
in it.
Next year, Andy and I we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
you
we're
and
gonna-
I we're gonna just
We'll do that. We'll do it next year. That's a good idea. Yeah, count me in on that because I'm really intrigued with this now. I've gotten hooked on the whole idea.
You'll
so-
be first on our list.
Right. I'm going to try to get out. I have a mom that's having a birthday party tomorrow, but I'm going to get out there. 1 o'clock, I could do it. Come out and see what's going on because that's really cool. I'm just intrigued. I have all these great ideas because I always like doing stuff with cardboard. You know, that there's amazing things you can do.
And even next year, well, we will have signups tomorrow if you're interested in next year's race. You don't, even if you don't know then, but if you're interested now, write your name and your info, and we'll get back to you about it.
Make sure Tower Industries is on that list for next year too.
Oh, awesome.
See, there you go.
And so if anybody else wants to get in on it and they're listening to the show, just give us a call. We'll write you down today and put you on the list. Okay, so now there was the size of the boats. Tell us exactly where we're going tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's at Turkey Foot Beach of Portage Lakes, and the entrance to the park is 5031 Manchester Road, Akron, Ohio. And from there, that's the park entrance. There'll be plenty of signs to direct you. There's lots of parking available, and it will be down by the beach.
Okay, so there. So now, Janice, you have something to say too about this race.
Well, basically, not only can you come and race the boats, which is an awesome thing, or you can come and cheer on the racers, but we're hoping that you bring donations for One of a Kind.
Okay, so what would One of a Kind need? Cat food cans?
Well, that's
Dog
also
food cans.
Yeah, that's awesome. But what we all, we're actually quite a great recycling site, which a lot of people don't realize, in that we take used towels, hand towels, kitchen towels, bath towels, used blankets, Afghans. We use all of these things with our animals. If your pet has passed away or it's no longer using its carrier or its crate, we would love to have it. Cat toys, those big climbing towers and scratching posts. If you gave it to Fluffy for Christmas and she's not using it, well, trust me, we have 200 cats. One of them will be like
Will like it. So get it out of the
Yes.
family room or out of the cellar and take it out to the
Yes.
boat race tomorrow.
Absolutely. And, if you want to get us some cleaning products, we're always in the market for a Mr. Clean or bleach or paper towels, any of that kind of thing to help keep our facility clean.
That sounds like a good thing. So anyway, this is My Beautiful Home. We're going to take...
Before we go to break, real quick, Andy, will there be pets available for adoption at all
There sure
tomorrow
will
as well?
be. Yep, we're going to
Okay.
be bringing out dogs.
Okay, perfect. So you can also go and adopt a new best friend at
Pick up a new hound
Yeah,
for the family.
absolutely.
That's a
Yep.
cool thing, yes. Okay, well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on 1590 WAKR Akron News Talk Sports. Stay with us.
My Beautiful Home on 1590 WAKR.
Good morning and welcome to My Beautiful Home, brought to you by Perfect Power Wash. And I'm Andy January from January Paint and Wallpaper. And no Catherine DeLong today. She took off. She's in a thing called Leadership Hudson up in Hudson, Ohio. And I guess she's going to be leading the crowd. I shouldn't say that. I don't know what she's doing up there, but this is their kickoff meeting. And we're streaming live worldwide on WAKR.net. And we're right here on the air at 1590 WAKR Akron News Talk Sports. And we have a great bunch of great guests, have a lot of stuff going on. We have Peter Martin. He's the Director of Sales at Tower Industries, and they're having their annual quartz and granite sale down in Massillon, Ohio. And they have everything's on sale, but they also have some closeout pieces that are really going to be a great price. We're going to talk all about that and the history of Tower Industries a little bit later on. And we're going to also talk with the folks that are from One of a Kind Pet that is... they're actually the recipient. There is a cardboard boat race. This is the second one. You can imagine a cardboard boat. My grandmother used to call that stuff pasteboard. And it gives you the vision that they're going to put it in the water out there at Portage Lakes State Park, and they're going to race and raise money for one-of-a-kind pets. So we have some folks from Two Men in a Truck that are actually sponsoring this. It's the 2016 cardboard boat race. And we also have someone from One of a Kind Pets. And that one person from One of a Kind Pets is Janice Worley. She's been around the show before, and she is the manager of advancement and volunteer programs. And then we have from One of a Kind, we have, I lost my place. We have Jessica Chapman and Joe Malachy, and they are with Two Men in a Truck. So anyway, but on the line, we have Jackie Flaherty from the